Alright, so I guess the point of this video is to talk about how in the past I've used some project-based learning to apply or to have my students apply the knowledge that I've gone over in class. Um, I'm a tech teacher. It's problem-based learning, project-based learning is 99% of what I do. Um, Even before I got involved with Gateway last year, I would always have a project that the students could use the skills that we go over to apply to that. I would have them go ahead and, let's say, for example, we were covering a mechanical drawing unit. Well, just making the drawing really doesn't do any good. You need to have something to do with it. So I would usually come up with a project. Seventh graders, it would be fairly simple. A footstool or a napkin holder or something along those lines. And we would go over principles of mechanical drawing and how to read a set of blueprints, alphabet of lines, um, things along that ilk. And what would end up having to happen is the students would have a completed example right there and ready to go that they could take measurements off of. And they could use that to come up with their own set of working plans. And they were free to modify it as needed. I had students that decided they wanted to make, let's say, for example, when we did a simple footstool, rather than the bottoms of it being square, they wanted to add a cutout to it, a triangular notch, a rounded notch, something along those lines. Well, I was perfectly open to that, but what they would have to do in that case was go ahead and add that into their drawing, and they would have to show me that. When I would go to grade these projects, I didn't care really all that much about the finished product. My main thing that I was testing was their ability to create that set of plans and then use that plans to create the finished product, sort of that design and drawing for production mentality there. And so I would work on testing their ability to do that. And in doing so, the rationale as far as what these measurements meant, what were they reflecting, what part of the drawing, what part of the actual artifact they were building, did they correspond to? You know, it does a great. It actually I found really worked very well to reinforce the concept of a hidden line, because then it gave them the opportunity that they had an object they could pick up and see, that there was in fact an edge that they couldn't find from looking from above maybe, but they could see why we would include it into the drawing to show that that is in fact there, and that you need to use this to represent that. So I've always felt that project and problem-based learning was very, very important, and I still do. I think that's in our blood as technology teachers. I guess that's about it.